Welcome to the Global Peace Film Festival Lives Online Conversation 2021 Festival Edition. Please join me, Kelly Devine, the Artistic Director, and Nina Strike, the Executive Director, in conversation with Elke Duerr, the Director of Messages from the Animals, Otter Love. You can see this film as part of our Free for All Shorts program beginning September 27th and running through October 3rd. We do have a small slate of in-person screenings, which begin September 21st and run through September 26th. All the information regarding all of our programming and upcoming events can be found at our website, peacefilmfest.org. And now, let's welcome Elke. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Elke. It's so good to have you with us. So let's start out by just tell us a little bit about the film.
Well, I'm an interspecies communicator. I communicate with all life forms and especially with the animals. And so I have a different approach to wildlife filmmaking. I do co-productions with the animals, meaning I get consent from them. I don't bait them or put up a blind or stalk them. I always tell them who I am and what I'm up to and invite them to be a part of the project, and they come by. And in this particular case, it was so wonderful. I wasn't even planning on filming, but I had my camera with me, and these otters showed themselves to me in like 2, 3, 4 hours of filming. They did anything and everything that otters do. And in particular, there was one that always looked at me like, "Did you get that? Did you get that?" And when I said, "Yes, I got that," they moved on to the next. So in the end, they even showed me their babies, which was really an honor. And when my friend saw the footage, she said, "There's one that always looks at you." And I said, "Yes, that was my production manager." So it's always this magical connected filming period. Like I said, there's never any kind of stalking going on or kind of baiting the animals. It's always very, very natural. And they always come to me and show themselves to me, and we have the most magical time. And so my message is really to be connected when going into the wilderness and interacting with wild animals. Not to be overly afraid and in your head, but always with an open heart. Always come with an open heart, and things will unfold magically.
Well, anyone who sees this film, I dare anyone who sees this film not to come away delighted by the family of otters that you are in conversation with. And can you speak a little bit about your general approach, because this isn't the only film that I know you've made. We've had a previous film of yours. And can you talk a little bit about the way that you approach all of your subjects?
As equals, basically. It's a co-production, like I said earlier. I am not on top of the food chain, basically. That's not how I see myself. I see myself in reciprocal relationship with the animals and with nature. Basically, I made a short film called I Am Gaia and I Am Nature, meaning we humans are human nature in human form, the outside earth, basically. We are not in control of anything and everything. We are just a part of the web of life. And that is my approach when I film. I see myself as a part of everything else. And that is really wonderful. And it has happened like that with my film about the last wild bison, with the Mexican gray wolves. I've done a film about water. It's always the same approach. And in the end, with the water film especially, I became water. Because I am water, I consist of water like everybody else. I became water, and I could really sense the consciousness of water. It was really wonderful. And the same with the wolves. I introduced myself, and I didn't want to go after them or anything, and they came by. I hadn't even put up my tent, and 4 of them already came by and said hello. So it's really wonderful. There's this wonderful, wonderful connection that I've had ever since I was a child. And I feel like there's more and more now that have that connection, and it's our birthright. We are not separate. We separated ourselves for some reason, but now's the time to get back into the web of life and see where we stand.
That is a beautiful message, and it's certainly one that connects to the overall mission of the Global Peace Film Festival, which is to provide people with different perspectives, models, or ideas about creating a more just and peaceful world. And so having that kind of being alive to the world is a really beautiful sentiment. Would you mind talking a bit more about that?
Yes, I call it fearless, empty, and loving. Fearless as in, and that goes for humans as well. Maybe humans that we don't know that well, or who are different from us or whatever. To not throw an unnecessary fear out to anybody, because that gets reflected back at you and at all of us. And so that's my first premise. Not to bring fear into anybody's home, be it the animals or humans. Empty as in not wanting anything from them, and being non-consumptive, because so many of us always want something from the animals, from nature, from each other. But I always come from this empty approach of seeing, having a look at what kind of inner change can we have, and how can we interact with each other. And loving, well, that goes without saying, to bring love instead of fear, and get out of the binary way of being, good and bad, and wheat and vegetable, wolf or dog. so really come with an open mind and heart. And it's so amazing, because whenever I am in that state, and I'm not always in that state, because sometimes I get aggravated too, and I have to bring myself back. But when I am in that state, everything flows, and the benevolence of this universe is getting reflected back at me. And that is really amazing, because it is, in my experience, and I have experienced it many times with humans, with nature, with wild animals, so-called dangerous animals. It is a benevolent universe, and you get back what you put out.
So tell us, what can people watching this do to support your work, to support this work? And then also tell us what's next for you. Do you have any other films that you're working on? Do you know what animals you're going to work with next?
Oh, thank you for this wonderful question. So first I'll answer what's next. And it's going to be a series of messages from the animals. I've recently received a lot of messages from snakes, who have a really bad rep in our society. So there's a big message coming from snakes, wild horses and horses, also domesticated animals, because they would like to have their freedom too, and have some sovereignty, and not just be basically, under our guidance. And so who else? Well, I'm working also on another message from the wolves, and any kind of animal that comes my way. And interestingly enough, I've had a lot of messages from the rodents also lately, which goes in tune with the snakes, and who also have a bad reputation. So I'm really looking forward to producing a whole series of messages from the animals. And the way you can support my work or the work in general is, try to be as connected to yourself as you can. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't push yourself, because what we do to ourselves, we do to all of life. We do to nature, If we are hard on ourselves and always putting ourselves down and working too hard and not heeding our intuition, maybe, and not listening to our bodies, that's what we carry into this world. And that's what makes waves. So take really good care of yourself, I would say, and be at peace with yourself as much as you can. I know it sounds like a cliche, but that's something I've learned the hard way. And and from that vantage point, you can be really a light in this world, and you really don't have to do so much and run yourself ragged. It's just what you emit. And again, that comes back to what we talked about at the beginning. What you emit, you get back, and it makes waves in this world. So be really good to yourself. And what you can do is go to my website if you want to know more, because sometimes we also have opportunities for volunteers or some challenges, so go to our website if you like, and sign up for the newsletter and stay in tune with messages from the animals if you like. But most importantly, take really good care of yourself and know that you're enough, and know that you matter, and know that you're important on this planet.
Oh, Elke, that's a beautiful sentiment to end the conversation. Thank you. Thank you so much for those kind words that I hope everyone listening to this conversation takes into their hearts. Thank you again. And please do check out Messages from the Animals, Otter Love, as a part of the Free for All Shorts program for the 2021 Global Peace Film Festival. The dates when you can watch that film begin September 27th and run through October 3rd. All of the information can be found out on peacefilmfest.org. And to follow Elke Duerr's work more closely, sign up for her newsletter, and to see what new messages she is producing collaboratively with the animals, please go to elkeduerr.com. That's ELKEDUERR.com. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the next Glow.
Thank you.